Clips. Alrighty, YouTubes, another one of Kip's Clips. And let me know if any of yous have actually got the ear to hear. If you hear in your ears, I don't know. If there's any difference in the audio quality, sound, levels, better, worse. But anyway, in the meantime, let's go to Tommy Robinson. I don't know about yous, man. In my life, I've been next to many terror attacks just by... Oh no, hold on, I've not. Right? And no matter how prevalent people keep trying to say terrorism is or isn't, go and look at the stats. The likelihood of any individual getting caught up in this stuff is very, 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 very minimal. But with that in mind, let's go and have a wee listen to the one and only alt-right shite superstar, the one and only Tiny Tommy! And we'll talk about it.
For anyone who sees me in Manchester, no, I've not just rushed here because there's been a possible terrorist attack. I just so happened to be here at the Arndale Centre, exactly at the same time. Just like London Bridge. If it was
I mean, I don't know, sometimes, right, like, well, let's do it before we listen. Let's watch this a few times, it's only 30 seconds long. Like Bobo Johnson, turn the volume down. That guy could be telling you nuclear war had just been broke out, and he still looks like he's got a fucking look on his face that he's laughing at you, mocking you, talking down to you, like, oh, whiff, whiff, with your ping, paff, whiff, waff. Anyway. Look. Here's Tommy Robinson talking about how he's just next to all these terror attacks. Look at it. I don't know about you, when I'm next to terror attacks, I'm always like, oh, happy and smiley. Look at the glee on his face. Right. Now, does that look like a guy that's shitting himself because he's just been in the midst of a mass terror attack under Jihadi Jones, Ringo 5? I think Maroon 5 are making a comeback, Jihadi style next time and all that. What other 5? Just 5, remember? 5's getting down, baby. They're coming back with a Jihadi remix now. We've already had the Beatles come back as Jihadis. Now, the fucking Rolling Stones. I see an infidel and I want to slit their throat. I mean, think of all, in fact, answers on a fucking postcard. What Jihadi bands can we bring back? And song suggestions. That's a whole comedy show on its own, isn't it? Hold on, I'm just ranting about fucking the Fab Five. Oh Lord, man, the so-called Jihadi. What were they called? The so-called Jihadi. I can't even remember, but they're called the Beatles. Anyway, I digress. So imagine you think you're under attack from the Jihadi Beatles. Oh no. How many people were on Stone Roses? I'm ashamed I don't know that. Can he bring Oasis back Jihadi style? Bring back fucking Jihadi Stone Roses. Jihadi! Stone the Wives to Dead! Death! There's something in that. I could come up with a few song titles for the Jihadi version of Stone Roses. But anyway, like, so the Jihadi Stone Roses are coming after you in Manchester, right? You don't know what's happening. Jihadis everywhere coming over the horizon. If they're no rape me or women and children are coming to get you. And this is what your face looks like.
For anyone who sees me in Manchester, no, I've not just rushed here because there's been a possible terrorist attack. I just so happened to be here at the Arndale Centre, exactly at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like London Bridge.
Just like
if it was a terrorist attack, imagine he'd have seen me. Anyway, where are we? I don't know. But there's a smashing Italian. What's it called? Cicchetti. Banging.
So, just a coincidence that Tommy Robinson's next to all these Jihadi attacks, isn't that right? But not only that. Now, let's just have a wee look of what's actually happened here, right? Manchester Arndale stabbings, 4 hurt as man arrested. Let's just read a couple of headlines, right? So, no word of terrorism. Man held after UK Manchester stabbings is arrested under terrorism law. Now, if you actually, like what they're saying there, I'm supposing is it factually true. But is the guy an actual terrorist, right? Or a Fruit Loop? Now, they alt-right always try and claim that when a Fruit Loop acts fruity, like it's a jihadi, but people just cover it up by saying it's some fucking nut bar, right? But let's get a wee bit of context in this shit, right? Youth trouble at Arndale Centre. Now, I actually found this out just today, but don't put this in context. Don't think this could have been some fucking weird fucking... I don't even know. You can't get in the head of a nut bar, right? Sometimes nut bars do naughty shit, and your best hod. Well, I don't know. Any normal, decent human being would hod your waist until actually some facts present themselves, and don't get caught up in the echo chamber of bullshit on the YouTubes, on Facebags. Right, so let's have a wee shifty at what happened here last week. A group of antisocial youths inside Arndale Centre were pepper sprayed by police. The security alert sparked used police presence at the shopping centre were cleared out at the centre. Now, a large group of youths who were causing antisocial behaviour towards security staff. Now, apparently the guy that's been arrested is 40-year-old. One of the youth's dads. Who knows? Is it a jihadi? Who knows? Screaming shoppers had not been cleared out of the shopping centre on Friday after a security alert sparked a riot. A huge emergency service response was scrambled to the scene, including police vans, ambulances, and a tactical armed response unit. I think that is... Surprised I knew what that was. Police say a group of youngsters were causing trouble on the second floor. The forecourt had been cleared, sparking mass panic. 2 boys, both aged 16, were arrested. One worker who witnessed the entire accident told the MEN it escalated at around 5:30 after plainclothes officers tried to detain 2 people who at one point were pinned up against a wall. Will we have a wee look at this? Fuck's sake. Right. It's fucking quite hostile. Anyway, right, so crazy shit is known to happen in the Arndale, whether it's youths fighting with each other, gang warfare, was what happened today. Some sort of a retaliation for that, a follow on, a father, an uncle, a brother rocking up looking for a wee bit of fucking comeback. Something happened and got a wee bit fucking stabby. Who knows? Let's watch the fuck. Let's see what information transpires. You know what? I know back in my conspiracy days I would have been looking for fake dead bodies and all that shit, right? But see, in a shopping centre where there's hundreds, if not thousands of people, tens of thousands maybe, on a Friday morning, right, just getting heated up, the security cameras, you would need to think that the people that were behind the security cameras working for the security, everybody that works in that Arndale Centre would have to be in some big mass conspiracy if you think that a reasonable portrayal of the real events doesn't come out. If the cops come out here and try and fucking fabricate a story, the right wing will tell you they're just saving them, it's because they're Muslim protectors or some shite like that. They wouldn't be able to do it. There's too many Tom, Dick and fucking Harrys that work in places like that. It was that realisation as well that took me down the path of getting over my fucking chemtrail retardation as well. Thankfully, you know, like understanding how big the aircraft industry is, and the general narrative was that every single plane was in on it. And then you were like, right, how are they delivering this? Is it in the fuel? So, and it just doesn't make sense. It's impossible in my head, which led me down getting out of the rabbit hole of Now, I don't know about yous. That looks like what would you say, a geezer, a hood, a gang member, pair of Air Nikes, bomber jacket, hat on. It doesn't look like some raging jihadi. Maybe he's got a beard underneath there, who knows, but can you even like see from the colour of his like leg that, I don't know. What can you... Anyway, that's all we've got to fucking go on now, innit? No, but in fact... Right. So this is pretty much all the information that I'm going over that everybody has got. Right? But let's look at the conjecture and what's getting inferred and what it's getting used for. 4 people have been injured in a knife attack at an Arndale Centre in Manchester. So 4 people have been interested. So maybe it was a gang of youths that were all hanging around Friday afternoon. Nothing better to do. Fuck off to the shopping centre. And the 40-year-old was the mother, the mother, the father, the brother, the uncle, fucking G'd up from a knees hunt, up, rival of the other gang, whatever. So, retaliatory revenge, bounces up to a bunch of youths and starts plugging them, right? Now, this is all in the realms of possibility, right? This is actually what I'm saying here is probably more likely than the Tommy Robinson alt-right narrative. It's a fucking crazy jihadi, right? Just going with the stats. Don't you know gang warfare's up and down the UK, and when that shit happens, people get a wee bit stabby, right? It's what goes on. Right, so a man in his 40s has been holding suspicion of terror offences after 3 people were stabbed and a 4th was hurt. The centre was evacuated. Counter-terrorism officers are keeping an open mind about the motive for the attack. They're not saying it's random. Shocking incident in Manchester. My thoughts are those with injured. 2 women, including a 19-year-old in stable condition, while a man in his 50s. Like, this could also be some sort of a fucking one of those stupid revenge ass attacks or something like that. The fact that there's women there, I don't know. Do young youths now, they distinguish between men and women, or they just stab any cunt? You really don't know. One patient suffered serious injuries. Shop worker who gave his own name as Jordan said a man was running around with a knife, lunging at multiple people, one of which came into my store visibly shaking with a small graze. Soon after, security staff told the retail staff to close the doors and move the public back in the stores. Georgian, who has only been working at the centre a few months, said the attack took place on the ground floor. He had a lot of screams just outside the shop he was in. Now bear in mind, like, reading this, like, if you're in the conspiracy cloud, fear cloud, you would just be like, you've just made this up, these people. I think differently now. You know, as I'm saying, there's too many genuine, normal people who aren't involved in some deep conspiracy that would have witnessed what's going on here, shop workers and all that, unless you think Jordan's... Anyway, I digress. He said a woman came into the shop and told us a guy just run past the shop and he tried to stab me. Luckily, she had quite a thick jacket, she thought originally. Now, I don't know about you. If I was in a gang and hanging about gang banging with my homies and some cunt bounces by and fucking has a revenge attack, starts stabbing cunts, men or women, if I run into the shop, I wouldn't go, yeah, blood, yeah, man, my man just back to... I can't even fucking fake that shit anymore, man, the shit that comes out. Anyway, you wouldn't bounce in and go, aye, man, fucking cunt just fucking came and tried to plug me, man. You'd be like, yes, does that make sense? What I'm trying to say here, I don't even know if it makes sense to people. If you were a gang member running into a shop for security, you would try and make it... you wouldn't admit to being a gang member or out there as being part of a group that's now had a revenge attack against them. I'm still kind of in shock from it all. I'm shaking a little. All shops have been locked for safety. The police arrived extremely quickly. Social media posts the last number of officers at the scene. An image is sent to Manchester Evening News appears to show a patient being treated at Starbucks Centre. Police originally said 5 people had stabbed, but have since clarified the number of people hurt. In these early stages, we're keeping our own mind about the motive of this terrible incident and the circumstances as we know them. Because again, if the people that are all stabbed were part of that gang shit or whatever, that fucking warfare that happened last week, or other friction between groups or families or whatever, you're not going to admit that. They're not going to bounce and go, aye, well, we stabbed his son last week. This is the dad getting his back for stabbing his son last week. That's a good way of explaining it. Layman's dumbed down terms. Given the location of the incident and its nature, the officers from Counter-Terror Police Northwest are leading the investigation as we determine the circumstances at the scene. Right, so not one person, those thousands or hundreds or whatever, how many people witnessed this shit came out and meant they were shouting Allah Akbar. Right? Now, you go and read all this stuff yourself. Right? Go and start reading some of the eyewitness reports without your conspiracy guys. Consider that some of these reports might have basis in reality, right? And you won't find anything different on RT. They don't have as many people on the ground as BBC. I'm shilling for the BBC now. Right, pointed you in the direction of that. Now, here's Charlie Veitch on the scene. My lord, ain't Manchester just a fucking hive of activity for fucking YouTube alt-right leaders?
Hi everyone, we're here outside Manchester, Arndale, as you can see. Police helicopter.
Yo, Charlie, a pigeon shat in your head, mate. A pigeon shit. Next time before you turn on the camera, man. Wash your hair.
Overhead. It's Friday the 11th of October at 12:40 or thereabouts. And at about 11:15, there was a multiple mass stabbing attack. And many people have been stabbed randomly inside. And the perpetrator...
Randomly. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows that. I'm going to tell you right now, Charlie Veitch doesn't have the resources or the brain cells to have as much information as the BBC has. Or any other local news outlets or stuff who have genuine bona fide reporters, not YouTube personalities, with a plethora of staff, or at least a few of them. Right? Don't be fooled by the appearance of these fucking talking heads on YouTube who rock up with an air of authority as if they know more than anybody else. He's standing the opposite side of the police line. He's not saying he witnessed this with his eyes. He's just in the area. Just like Tommy Robinson.
Or perpetrator.
Maybe he was having dinner with Tommy Robinson. Hey, yo, were you an Italian? Charlie Veitch. Is that pigeon shit maybe a bit of fucking parmesan or something?
Stores have been arrested, or some of them have. As you can see, heavy police presence. The entire Arndale Centre, which is quite a few acres of the city centre, is totally evacuated. There's thousands of people outside. This is a week after there was a youth riot. There was 2 people getting arrested last Friday in the Arndale. And a bunch of inner city youths decided to attack the police, and there was a...
Right, so inner city youths decided to attack the police or something, right? Now, where's the picture of the police? Now, does that look... He's 40-year-old or whatever, right? I can believe that's an inner city youth. Youth. I don't know what that means. I don't know what inner city youth means. Does it mean you stay inner cities?
CS gas deployed, there was riots, people getting arrested, and people running through the city centre as if it were a terror attack. Anyway, today,
that's true.
There's been no talk of terrorism, but people are terrified. I mean,
There's been no talk of terrorism until now. No. There would be no talk of terrorism at all. BBC hasn't talked about terrorism. RT are implying it. And then Charlie Veitch rocks up.
Randomly stabbed.
There's no reports of them being randomly stabbed.
In a shopping mall. With many people. It's pretty bad. So
4 people. Pretty bad.
I'll keep you updated. I might just get this onto YouTube now, so you can all have a look. And this is
so we can start. This has been a terror attack meme. Coincidentally, there's James Goddard's, and if you come down here, you'll see just another wee accidental meeting with all these people from the movement. Right? Just all random, just all independent journalists who have accidentally all become really popular on YouTube because they talk to each other, they all hang around the same places and interview each other and all that. But they're all independent. All independent. There's nothing going on here. And it just so happened, when was this? This was, when was it? 4th of October, right? A week or so ago. Now, here's TR News. Now, that infers Tommy Robinson News. I don't know if you know that. I don't know if this is anything officially to do with Tommy Robinson or just one of, like, how would you call it? Echo chambers of cult members. You know, people who believe Tommy Robinson's shite and think creating channels like this is going to save the world, baby. So, let's see what they're showing. Terrorist attack, but they put a question mark there. Covering your... Ooh, yeah, question mark. Here's another guy, like, know nothing more than anybody can go and find out themselves from fucking shitty alternative fucking media sources or even genuine news sources. We're going to pop up there with the air of authority going, woo, right? More dangerous behaviour on our streets. Our streets have never been fucking so fucking safe. What dimension are people staying in? Seriously? What dimension are folks staying in? I'd love some people to go and fucking stay back 100 years and you'd see what the fuck was up. Anyway, Romney Tomlinson. Don't know if you can see the subliminal in the name there. I don't know. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Now, a very interesting channel. Just go and look at that channel. All he does is fucking show crimes by black and brown people up and down the UK. It's almost like it's like the anti-Zionist mob. Somebody could literally get murdered right fucking next to them by X, Y, or Z. They'll have all the footage, and then they'll rock up, turn on their YouTube, and go, "Did you see what Israel done today?" And I'm not sticking up for Israel or the fucking Jews, alright? I'm just pointing out the fucking hypocrisy and the blinkers people have on. They'll go, I'm an independent journalist, I'm an independent journalist. Fucking wankers, that's what these bunch of cunts are. Sean Wilson, God. This guy was actually blogged and vlogged about him being contacted by Prevent. And then, if you watch the UK column and all that, you would think Prevent is a way of stopping free thinkers. And then you watch this guy and you're like, no, it's a way of stopping fucking windy-licking motherfuckers that are very fucking they're at that stage of their life where they hate their mom and dad, disillusioned with society, and fucking cults like this rock up for them. Fucking hell. Oh wow, look at the police run. TR News, more breaking news, people. Ooh. And this is an example of Romney Tomlinson. Right, just goes around and looking for brown people, black people fighting, and then films it and then go, oh, well, our streets are gone. Welcome to our streets. I mean, what the fuck? What the fuck do they think? Did these people ever walk in a time when in the UK we all had white picket fences and we all walked skipping down the street like la 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 la? Like, see, Glasgow, do you know the stabby rate of Glasgow's never been so fucking low? Right, you know, gang warfare in Glasgow, the police have managed it to an extent where it's just genuine gang warfare, no a bunch of like younger guys with guns and whatnot bouncing about. The cops have done a good job of reducing the stabby factor up here. Go and check it out. Maybe the English cunt should learn something for us, or maybe we should just dress up the narrative this is all because of fucking brown and black people staying in our country. Because this is the narrative they're trying to push to you, right? So here's Manchester terror attack, detained by police, right? See the echo chamber? This guy is on BBC, on all sorts of channels, mainstream channels, talking about stuff in prison and all that. I came across him because he was you could tell he was a bit of a fucking Tommy Robinson fan back in the day. And mate, no doubt these people believe the narrative that's been spun. That's why they're acting this way, probably the vast majority of them. But some of them know that they're just fucking out there manipulating folk.
For anyone who sees me in Manchester, no, I've not just rushed here because there's been a possible terrorist.
And the echo chamber continues. And look how happy he is, there's been a terror attack.
At the same time. Just like London Bridge.
Yep, I'm so happy.
If it was a terrorist attack, imagine he'd have seen me.
Yep, laugh at that if it was a terror attack. We don't know if it was a terror attack, but let's our wee fucking army of fucking bum-licking fucking goons go out there and imply it was. Can't you see? Well, I don't know. I'm showing you what makes me fucking so confident in my assessment that this is part of a way of winding you up. Right? Anyway, I digress. I went through it all. And, what am I looking for? What am I looking for? I think it was this. And bear in mind, this could very well be something to do with retaliation in some way, shape or form. Keep that story in mind. Go and read eyewitness accounts. Think for 1 second that maybe they're genuine eyewitness accounts and not Illuminati, deep state plants and false mannequins with false flag. And ask yourself the question, what's more likely? And then just understand who fucking Tommy Robinson and his movement is. Anyway, have a good Friday, you all. Don't be scared. Remember what to do here is digital busking. It's all available and accessible free of charge. I'm going to do such a good job. You'll find value in what I do and use your spare change, not your life savings, in the Patreon and PayPal buttons down below. Leave all your comments, good, bad, ugly and indifferent. I'll read and respond to as many as I can. And let us know about the audio if you've got the ears to hear. You get the ear to hear? Then right here. Alright, boob tubes, have a good weekend. Catch yous later.
Cips, clips.